With Louis-Michel Domaine de l'Orage in the Côte de Castellan, just having tasted the 2014 and 15, the new vintage. Lulu, how do you think this vintage can be used as an opportunity to restore customers' confidence in Bordeaux, and particularly Bordeaux en primeur?
Well, definitely it's a very exceptional vintage, so people will love this vintage. 2015, the how can I say it? I think it has been like that for many years. Bordeaux is always up and down, and we have the strong feeling of the vintages. So if I remember well, 10 years ago it was the same. So we have tender vintages, we have very good vintages, we have some more difficult vintages. So it's always like that, and I think it's why Bordeaux is Bordeaux. If tomorrow we produce a vintage like 2010, 2015 every year, I don't think that Bordeaux won't be the same. So I'm pretty confident in this up and down quality in vintages.
Fair enough. And would you make, it's a silly question, but we always ask it because customers always ask it of us, would you say that there's any useful comparison at the same stage to be made with another vintage to 2015?
So for if I think about it with l'Orage, first vintage of l'Orage is 2007, so we probably compare 2015 with 2010, roughly. It's a vintage of a dry and sunny climate. The wine are strong, they are rich, pretty powerful, but with very nice tannins. So we probably 2010. I'll probably talk about 2010.
And I was here in July and August last year, and unquestionably on the lighter soils there were people who were almost begging for the chance to be able to irrigate for the first time in their lives. You obviously have colder, denser soils here. Was this a problem for you, the drought? Because there was a lot of dry periods.
Yes, but on clay and limestone coteaux, we have this freshness. Especially at l'Orage, it's a cold terroir, so I'd be more concerned about very cold vintages than the warm vintages at l'Orage.
And clearly there's a preponderance of Merlot here because it's the sort of spiritual home of the Merlot grape.
Mm-hmm.
But were you particularly pleased with Merlot, or how were you pleased with your Cabernets as well?
The problem for me is, I don't know if it's because of the clones, but the Cabernet Franc that I have in l'Orage, it's like less than 1 hectare, so it's very small block. It's a very small and tiny berries, and because of this over-ripeness that I'm looking for, when we pick up the Cabernet Franc, there is almost no juice. The grapes, the berries are not juicy as the Merlot, so they make pretty dense and very strong wine, which is not exactly the wines I'm looking for. So in general, I'm not so crazy about the Cabernet Franc, and all the vines that we are replanting at l'Orage is Merlot. So we probably finished in a few years with 98–99% of Merlot and tiny things
like
of
another
Cabernet
very
Franc.
famous property. And finally, which markets are growing for you? You've got the traditional markets, of course, in Europe, the almost equally traditional market of US, and then Asia, so 3 key markets. Which are the ones that are growing for you?
For l'Orage, I think it's a little different because the domain is very new. We are almost growing everywhere. So we start again the US not a long time ago, and I've never sold some wine in the US for l'Orage before. So all the markets are growing. Maybe Asia right now is quite stable. Okay, it's quite stable. China is up and down, so it's very difficult. 1 year you're selling wine, 1 year you are not. So it's difficult to have something very regular. But in general, everything is growing in for l'Orage. Yeah. Even I'm growing also.
Very good. Louis Ridgeville, thank you.
Thank you, Alain. Merci.